All right, so tell me all about Dolly. Santa, tell me about Horace. So tell me about Irene.
Well, Dolly is the titular character of the show. She is a widow, she's a matchmaker, she's middle-aged-ish. She's never really given a number, she's just middle-aged. And she's kind of she's got her fingers in a lot of different pots. So she, obviously, first and foremost, she's a matchmaker, but she does a lot of other things for people. She really just likes to meddle. She likes to get into other people's business. She likes to know what's going on. And she uses that kind of personal interest to her advantage. So she manages to get things to turn out the way she wants them to, pretty much in any situation. So she's very conniving, but in a good way. She's not malicious about it.
Horace is, he's a dick.
It takes a woman all powdered and pink to try.
He's hard as nails. He doesn't really like anyone, and he gets really frustrated when people are fools. But yeah, he's looking for a wife because his wife just died, and Dolly's gonna help him find one. Yeah.
Out there's a world outside of Yonkers.
Cornelius Hacki is a chief clerk, or new chief clerk, for Horace Vandergelder, who's kind of the grumpy guy of the show. And he kind of gets fed up of being told what to do, so he decides that he's going to take his pal Barnaby, and they're going to go to New York, and they're going to go on an adventure, they're going to spend money, they're going to step outside their comfort zone, they're going to kind of have a day off of their own. Yeah, so that's kind of the fun part of Cornelius. Yeah.
And so I'll try to make it easier to find me.
So, Irene is the owner. Substandard. No, you can come through.
Come on.
Horace Vandergelder, what's up?
Star of the show.
Anyway, back to you.
Okay. Irene is the owner of the hat shop, and she makes hats for a living. And she is a widow, and she's supposed to be engaged to that handsome fella that just walked by, Horace Vandergelder. And then she falls in love with this guy named Cornelius, and her whole world turns upside down. That's it.
Ooh, so Barnaby's pretty young. He's 17 years old, and he works under Horace Vandergelder. Doesn't really enjoy it, but it's all he's ever known. He's pretty naive, so at any opportunity he can, looks for trouble. So, going to New York, let's go.
Tell me all about Minnie.
Oh God.
Oh my God, as people open the door. Oh my God. Trying to capture some, we got her.
Minnie is, I'll phrase it the other way. Irene is Minnie's best friend, and she kind of lives her life just for Irene. So she works for Irene in her hat shop, and she's her assistant, and she's not too happy about Horace Vandergelder and Irene being together, but she's putting up with it. But then when two men come into the shop one day, she's pretty excited, and her life kind of gets all turned around. I don't really know what else to say.
That's good.
Of course, I never talked about the weather. Fucking high school kids and talking about weather to Jesus.
Now hold on now. Tell me about your character.
All right, well, I am Ambrose Kemper. I'm an artist. I am in love with Ermengarde. I want to marry her. Her uncle, Horace Vandergelder, he's like the lead of the show. A little bit of a dick, won't let me marry her. So essentially the whole point of the show is he's got to go, that's him, by the way, this Horace Vandergelder, he won't let me marry his niece. because I am no good. I am a no good artist, is what I am. So, basically all I can tell you about Ambrose. I really don't know a whole lot more about him. I just kind of like make an appearance in like the first like few scenes, like, hey, I'm gonna set up the whole plot, kind of with Dolly Levi, and then that's just kind of fall off the face of the earth. And then I create more chaos at the end. That's basically what my character does. A little bit of a disaster.
Tell me about Ermengarde.
Ermengarde is the niece of Horace Vandergelder, who's like the main guy. I think her parents are dead, so that's very sad. She is in love with this guy named Ambrose Kemper. She really wants to marry him, but she's only 17, so she needs permission, and her uncle doesn't want her to. And that's about it. Yeah, she just cries all the time.
Nice. Alright, so Emma, who is Ernestina?
So Ernestina Money is the widow, I guess, that gets put on a date with Horace Vandergelder to kind of screw it all up. She's a flooze, she's a flirt, she's wild, she's just there to have a good time. And she's definitely a ploy in Dolly's whole scheme. So yeah.
So, Jarod,
Yeah.
who are you and what do you do?
I'm playing Rudolph Reisenweber. He's the head waiter of the Harmonia Gardens, and that's basically all he does in the show is that he comes out, he serves everyone food, goes back and forth, and he just kind of is there to keep the story going. So that's my importance.
We love him!